Welcome to Grand Prix, your go-to channel for the fastest updates in Formula One. We've got 3 hot stories for you, so make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay ahead of the pack. Let's get started.
Hey friends, how's it going? Big question today. Is McLaren sabotaging Oscar Piastri's car, or has the Australian simply lost his confidence? Both the driver and the team have spoken out about what's been happening in recent races, which ultimately cost Piastri the championship lead for the first time since April. Let's break it all down. And of course, a video this complete deserves your subscription. We're entering the decisive stretch of the season, heading toward the Brazilian Grand Prix, and you don't want to miss any of the action. So make sure you're subscribed, notifications on, and drop a like. That way YouTube alerts you whenever a new video comes out, always with the very best of Formula One. Now, back to Piastri. The young Australian hasn't been in his best form this season. At the Mexican Grand Prix, he once again suffered from a mysterious lack of pace compared to his teammate Lando Norris, and that poor performance cost him the championship lead. In qualifying, he was more than half a second slower than Norris, only managing P7 on the grid, and that was with help from Carlos Sainz's penalty. This isn't just a one-off. For several races now, Piastri has looked unsettled, making small mistakes and struggling to match Norris's rhythm. And naturally, when that happens, the rumors start flying. Some fans are already speculating that McLaren might be giving preference to Norris, or even, in the more extreme theories, sabotaging Piastri's car. But what's really going on? Piastri himself addressed the situation this week. He admitted he initially wondered if there might be lingering damage from the United States GP, where the bumpy track made the car bottom out badly. But after a detailed analysis with the team, they found no signs of mechanical failure. Team principal Andrea Stella was very clear. There is nothing wrong with the car. Instead, Stella pointed to driving style and track conditions. He explained that Norris excels in situations with low grip and sliding tires, exactly what we saw in Austin and Mexico, while Piastri shines on high grip circuits where his precise style works best. Stella reminded everyone that this is still only Piastri's 3rd season in Formula One, and that ups and downs like this are part of his development curve. During practice sessions, engineer Tom Stollard noticed that Norris was gaining significant time in the heavy braking zones, especially at turns 1 and 12. Piastri tried to adapt, braking later and stretching his deceleration to match Norris's approach, but that adjustment cost him speed in other areas, particularly the fast-flowing sections and the stadium sector. In other words, the gap wasn't about equipment, but about adapting to conditions. Piastri reinforced this message in his own words. He admitted in the last 2 races he hasn't been able to use his natural style of driving. Instead, he's been forced to tweak things, which left him less comfortable behind the wheel. But he was adamant. He hasn't lost confidence or ability. It's just a matter of adjustment, and he believes that analyzing these experiences will make him stronger for the upcoming rounds. He also pushed back firmly on the idea that McLaren has been favoring Norris. According to Piastri, the cars haven't changed in weeks, and his dip in performance has nothing to do with the machinery. It's about adapting to the unique challenges of recent circuits. Looking ahead, Stella is confident Piastri will bounce back quickly, pointing to Interlagos as a track more suited to his strengths. The team expects him to use the Mexican Grand Prix as a learning experience and return to fighting at the front. Still, the reality is harsh. The championship lead is gone, and if Piastri doesn't recover fast, Norris or even Verstappen could take full advantage. The next few races will be crucial to prove whether this is just a temporary slump or a real turning point in the title battle. So now I turn it over to you. Do you think McLaren has truly been fair with both drivers, or is there an internal push to make Norris the clear number 1? And most importantly, can Piastri recover in time to still fight for the title? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.
What's going on, friends? We're starting the day with some significant news from the world of Formula One, and today we need to talk about Lewis Hamilton at Ferrari. It seems that Ferrari's performance in 2025, which has been well below expectations, has raised several questions throughout the paddock, primarily concerning the future of Lewis Hamilton with the team. According to a report from ESPN, it's being commented that several important figures in F1 are pointing out that Hamilton is unlikely to receive a contract renewal from Ferrari. This is reportedly based on what the team has seen from the driver so far, meaning he would only stay with the team until the end of 2026, which is when his current contract expires. The sources at ESPN claim that something just hasn't clicked between Hamilton and Ferrari during this first season together. And despite the Briton not being far behind Leclerc in terms of pace, the partnership has not yet produced the results that both sides were hoping for. Hamilton has always stated that his goal was to be competitive in 2026 with the arrival of the new regulations, but the team's poor performance this year has significantly increased the pressure on that target. Ferrari, in turn, expects the driver to live up to his star status and deliver results worthy of the massive investment they made. One of the main points cited in the report is the high cost of Hamilton's contract, as he receives a salary that is far superior to Leclerc's. This is compounded by the fact that Leclerc has been outperforming his teammate in practically every race so far this season. With expectations growing on both sides, 2026 is shaping up to be the decisive year. It will likely define whether Hamilton will continue to wear the red of Maranello, or if his time with Ferrari will already be coming to an end. But I want to know your opinion in the comments. Do you think Ferrari should really end its partnership with Hamilton after the end of next year, or not? Should they insist a little more and put their trust in the 7-time world champion?
Charles Leclerc could receive a penalty at the Brazilian GP. Find out all the details here on GP and Casa Plus. First of all, just subscribe here to the channel so you don't miss absolutely any detail about this important week of our home GP here in Brazil. And if you like this video, leave a like so that more people have access to it and can also prepare for this special week. Well, Charles Leclerc got a good result in the last race, finishing in second place right behind Lando Norris, managing to hold off Max Verstappen at the end of the race thanks to a virtual safety car. And now, looking ahead to the Brazilian GP, a problem arises for Leclerc. According to the website Funo Análise Técnica, Technical Analysis, Ferrari is considering changing the power unit in Leclerc's car, and if they do this, the driver will automatically receive a 10th-place grid penalty. The reason for this idea from Ferrari is that the engine is already at the end of its useful life and probably won't last for the rest of the season. And as they are also already at the limit of what is allowed regarding engine changes, a new change triggers this 10th-place grid penalty. So it has to be planned to happen at the best possible circuit, and Interlagos is normally that circuit. After all, it allows for a lot of overtaking, has several points for battling for position, and even while losing 10 grid places, a recovery is very possible. This is especially true with a newer, more powerful engine, as we saw, for example, with Lewis Hamilton back in 2021, when he started in 10th with a similar penalty and ended up winning the race. Ferrari is still analyzing if it will really use the Brazilian GP for this, but it is likely since the next race, the Las Vegas GP, is very difficult for overtaking and therefore wouldn't be the right place for this. So, stay tuned here on the channel, as in the coming days we will bring all the information, and it's very likely that more teams will also make this decision. Tell me in the comments what your expectations are for the Brazilian GP and if you think Ferrari is doing the right thing by making this decision to change Charles Leclerc's engine.